So out of the box, Easy Platform Enterprise ships with a workflow functionality. You can define workflows within the system. So they are defined based on individual content types. In this case, the article workflow is configured to only be active on a content type called article. It has 4 stages: a draft, design, proofread, and done. These are again configurable based on your business needs. You can also see a simple view on how an item can move within the workflow. So in this case, it could be moved to draft and then back to draft, and also, so once it's done, it's published and it exits the workflow capability. And how this works is, if we go to the content structure, we head over to places and tastes, which is our location here, and we can then click, and I will create an article. So in this article we will have an article on delicious handmade Karelian pies. I will paste this, and then I will copy a little bit of content here to the summary, and a little bit of content then to the body. And I will also then add an image here. You can drag and drop images from your machine, and now we could also place here, I can find, let's see, we can find Kareli here. So this is then also located on the map, which is something that is useful for certain kinds of content. And you can define additional functionalities and additional tags, such as a taxonomy based on what you need. You can then see on the right hand side the buttons available. So the first button is Send to Design. This is a part of the workflow, and the next one is Publish, because in this case I'm an administrator user, so I could override and simply jump to publishing this article altogether straight away, bypassing the workflow functionality, but we will be using the workflow functionality in this case. We can also choose to publish later, or then simply save a draft and then return to editing later. And you also have the capability of clicking the preview, which will use the exact same template set as you have on the front end to see how it looks like on the front end site. Then clicking back, accidentally I need to move this content to the body because it looked a bit empty. But what we'll do next is we'll send this to design. Please add recipe images, submit. And once I submit this, on the dashboard, the review queue here now shows more additional items. It shows that this item is now in design state. It's an article, and there's some additional metadata. And if I go in to edit this one, then based on the configured workflow, I could either send this to proofread, back to draft, and so on. If I send this to proofread, check spelling, I'll just go through the whole process, and then finally this is in proofread mode, and then I will click done. You can see history of all the events here, what brought this item into this in the publishing stage, and then I will click done, and then we're published. So now our content item is published. You can also see here that we have our our URL, and we can also then find the direct URL on the front end to see how it goes, like this. So here you can see this one is now showing and it's live.